Yo guys, right, thanks for clicking this video. So, today we're going to be covering how to get a six pack. Nice and straightforward, we're not going to overcomplicate it, we're just going to take you through all my tips and my advice. Before I start this video, I'd like to give a massive shout out to Hulk Supplements in Aylesbury. This clothing they've sent me is amazing, I'll come round. So, the vest is really quality. So as you can see, top quality. They sell amazing supplements there, so if you're ever in the Aylesbury area, pop down and speak to Ricky and Simone at Hulk Supplements. So, let's get into the video. So, you want to get a six pack. The main things you've got to understand about getting a six pack, it all boils down to one thing, in my eyes, is getting your body fat down. I bet everyone's thinking, oh, that's so obvious. It is, but people don't understand that. It's getting your body fat low enough to be able to see your abs. So start off with, most people have abs because they're either doing squats, deadlifts, so they will have them. It's just their body fat is quite high. And that's not me being horrible. It's just, you'll see those people that go in the gym and they're doing sit-ups, planks, and they've probably got an amazing six pack. They probably generally do, because they can plank for 8-9 minutes. And that still is good. Like, you have the potential to have a six pack and make it really visible. But if your body fat is too high, you are not going to see those abs through, because there's just no chance, is there? Think about your abs. So there they are, sat down, there they are predominantly. Then you've got a layer of fat, then you've got another, you see what I mean? To get those to be, you need to bring your body fat down so they can actually be visible. So I've tried loads of shortcuts, I'm not gonna lie. I brought an ab belt and sat with that on for about an hour a night. So again, an ab belt probably would work, but I just lost the motivation to sit there with an ab belt on. I'd rather work for it. I just didn't really, and it didn't really make much of a difference because, like I said, it comes from training. You can't spot reduct fat. So I'm gonna cover this now. So for example, if you went and spoke to a personal trainer and you walked into the gym and said, right, I want to lose fat just from my arms. So that's what you said to your trainer. I want to lose fat just from my arms, but I don't want to lose it from anywhere else. It's impossible. Like, you can't spot reduct just that. You can't just say, I want to target just my arms. You have to lose, your body will lose body fat all over as a unit. So when you're saying to someone, I want to get a six pack, I want to lose weight just from my stomach, you're basically saying to a trainer, I want to lose weight, or like, I want to lose overall body fat. Because normally, for me, this is a rule of thumb, when I'm trying to get abs, my fat is, the first place to go on is my stomach. So if I've eaten quite a lot of bad food, the weight will go on my stomach straight away. And when I diet, it's the last place to come off. So I think I'm not making progress, but actually I am. It's just one of those things, it's the last place that to see my abs, it's the last thing that comes. So be patient and it will come. So getting your body fat down, you're going to obviously clean your diet up, and then eventually over time you will start to notice a difference. But to even start off with, you'll start getting shoulder definition, everything else will start coming through. So don't panic, your abs will come. They will start becoming more visible. So how to train your abs is breaking them down. So for example, think of your abs as two sections. That's how I do it. Well, almost three sections. So top part, bottom part, and your sides. So when you're targeting the bottom, if you're doing a sit-up, so think a crunch is only going to target the tops. So that is where you're putting all the pressure, is a crunch, is on the top part of your stomach. Then a leg raise is the bottom. So that's two exercises. So you're going to do the basic sit-ups, then you do the basic leg raises. You can do them hanging, you can do them laying down. So sometimes we find you're doing hanging leg raises, your grip goes for your actual abs fail. So lay on the floor, just basic leg raises. Nice and easy, keep it nice and simple. And then you've got your side twists. So just get a cable machine and literally just do a nice basic side twist. And again, it doesn't go by if you've done 80, 90 reps, it goes by form. So focus on that form. If you're doing a sit-up, focus on concentrating on that, on every movement. Don't think, well, I've just done a set of 100. That's great, but you could have done 20 and felt it. See what I mean? It's that straightforward. And if you're doing leg raises, it's not just that, it's controlling the movement. So you walk away like, yeah, I can feel that. Not, well, I've just done 200, I'm really proud of that. It's concentrating on the movement and making it work. So over time, honestly, you'll start to notice your body fat coming down. but where you've been training your abs properly, they become more visible. And don't compare your abs to someone else's. Everyone's abs and stomachs are completely different. So you might form really chisel at the top and the bottom two might be still quite faint, or you might have really predominant obliques, that's down your sides. Everyone is formed differently. My abs form pretty different to someone else's, but you can't compare yourself to someone else's. So whatever you end up with, be happy with it. So that's what you've got and that's what you've worked for. So honestly, take your time, take some before and after photos. So take a picture, put it away somewhere on your phone, train, get your diet right, regularly, not too much, but weigh yourself so you notice you are dropping weight. But again, don't hit that diet really hard. You want to make it small steps, so you are slowly taking the bad stuff out of your diet. And everyone knows they do have a couple of bad cheat meals or food to get away with. And then you can incorporate supplements. So why I left that to last is because you don't want to base it on supplements. Abs are not formed by a pill. You can't buy it, you've got to train for it. So I've tried fat loss pills for getting leaner quicker to get a visible stomach. And to be honest, I was trying to base my results on those pills. And it was silly because, yeah, don't get me wrong, those fat strippers help, but you're taking everything away from it. You're taking like the training, the diet. All you're thinking is, well, I'm going to get abs from these pills. And it's not going to work like that. Honestly, it doesn't. So the things you want to try and focus on is getting sugar out your diet. So that is, for me, the sugar goes straight on my stomach. Eating the right carbs. Don't cut your carbs completely because it's not maintainable. You still want carbs, you want energy. And then look at supplements. So just a normal fat burner. So most fat burners will have things like caffeine and stuff like that. You can take natural fat burners like green tea. So that would just slowly, that's more of a slower fat burner, so that you don't notice the results instantly. Whereas you take caffeine and things like that, it's kind of, some people don't notice a massive fat loss effect from caffeine, but obviously increases your heart rate, it makes you sweat more basically. So when you're in the gym, you do more. So in turn, you're going to lose weight. But honestly, keep your diet clean, and honestly, the abs will show. It's body fat, correct exercises, and don't base it on supplements. You might want to add a fat burner, but make sure you're not basing the results on that, because the hard work should come from yourself. Guys, I really hope you've learned something from this, because it sounds silly, but it's not as hard as what you think. It's just focusing on what your goal is and not looking at someone else in the gym and saying, well, they've just done, well, I don't know, 40 sit-ups. They've done 40 sit-ups more than me, so I have to do another 40 sit-ups more. Don't get paranoid. It's just like, don't see your abs as every other muscle. So you don't train them every single day, because you need time to recover, and balance it. So you're not going to have that sculpted six-pack look all the time. You're not going to look in the mirror and lean back and you're going to see a solid six. Times a day it will fluctuate. You're going to have times a day where you are going to be puffy. You're going to have a meal with your family and you're not going to then lift your shirt up and have a visible six. It's not going to be like that all the time. You're going to get moments in the day. So normally in the morning, your abs will be more visible because obviously you slept, you've got no food in you, and it's going to be more visible. So things like, even the littlest things, no sleep, stress, all plays a role. And you're probably thinking, it doesn't. It does, honestly. Like, the six-pack look is the hardest kind of, because your stomach, it's the main area where your food goes. So when you get bloated from meals, you're not going to see it, are you? So it's not going to be predominant all the time. And remember, you look at Instagram, some of these photos, they probably trained months for that one photo. So don't look at that picture and go, oh, they look like that all the time. They probably don't. Some people do, and they get away with that six-pack look all the time. But if you don't be put off and thinking, well, his abs are like, they're cutting the bottom. Just how your abs are is what you've got. So you've got to work with what you've got. So get your body fat down, enjoy it, drink loads of water, and enjoy your training. Guys, I hope you learned something. If you haven't, drop me a message on Instagram and I'll be happy to reply. Guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel.